Greetings. Timothy here. The date is April 30th. I'm making this video partly because I've been hearing a lot of response from folks going crazy this lunar cycle. The last new moon was square to Pluto. The full moon was ruled by Pluto, and Pluto has just stationed retrograde in the last few days. This is all a very distinct signature for an upheaval of what can be emotional content coming from the soul itself. Pluto is the soul and the evolutionary journey. Now, when we have these types of dramas, emotional upsets, these can be very, very challenging. And so this is part of the reason why I have put the Pluto material out in the Astro School this month. That timing was intentional. So this is also a bit of self-promotion. I'm not so great on the promotion end of things. But folks, this is really, really in-depth material. Pluto are the base patterns of our soul. They are, to be quite honest, the patterns that we cannot escape from. That's pretty challenging, can be frustrating, emotionally intense, imprisoning, or claustrophobic. So first of all, I want to give a fair warning before anybody heads to the Pluto material. This material is potentially triggering. Why this material is potentially triggering is because it's so damn real. You will develop a whole level of understanding and empathy for your soul and psyche, as well as the soul and psyches of others, by looking into this Pluto material. All of us have evolutionary desires, which are not necessarily conscious to us, but they are creating the majority of the experiences that we have throughout our life. Pluto is that majority of the iceberg beneath the water. It is the unconscious, and it is also the desires of the soul. The people that we meet, the relationships that we have, the experiences that we get in life are largely coming from Pluto, our soul's evolutionary desires and directions. Therefore, understanding the natal house position of your Pluto is going to reveal a whole lot of not just what types of experiences you're having in your life, but why. Why we are having sometimes the awfully redundant and reoccurring experiences that we have in our life. So, Pluto material, it's not going to solve all the problems in our life, but it's going to allow us to understand what and why we're living, what and why we're experiencing, and where it's leading us. This is not material that most people know, including a hell of a lot of astrologers. So this is the core of evolutionary astrology as taught by Jeffrey Wolf Green. Evolutionary astrologers, the real ones, are Pluto astrologers. Pluto astrologers are not like other astrologers. Pluto is no bullshit. This is not a fake it till you make it, believe what you want to become type of life or reality. Hell no. That's not what Pluto astrologers are studying, seeing, or suggesting to anybody in an astrology reading. The understanding of Pluto is evolution. Evolution is the base of all experience in life. Here's a Pluto reality factoid. You don't have to like your life. Our life is not necessarily what we want in a conceptual, conscious, us choosing what is nice and comfy type of experience. That's not real life. Our life is created out of evolutionary necessity. The experiences that we have, why they can oftentimes feel so claustrophobic or repeating, is there are evolutionary reasons for why we have the experiences that we do. Folks, this Pluto material now in my Astro School is a shortcut to understanding what are these evolutionary intentions at the root of our soul and at the root of our experience. Now again, this isn't necessarily going to make everything in our life magically transform. It's going to allow us to embrace and accept our life for how it is for the purpose of evolution. Let me give a personal example here. My own natal Pluto is in the 5th house. For those of you who explore this Pluto material now in my astro school, you're going to understand a whole lot more about Timothy if you know my Pluto is in the 5th house. Some of my most challenged areas are groups, this YouTube channel, my Facebook, because I deal with the near constant, lifelong creative frustration. Those like myself with Pluto in the 5th house are born with a great sense of destiny. In fact, I'm coming from many lifetimes of having creatively actualized, having already stood up and created so many things. I arrive in this life with a sense of bigness, a sense of greatness, a sense of destiny, and oftentimes I am met with creative frustration, disappointment, getting put to the sidelines, getting projected upon for something that I am not. Therefore, Pluto in the 5th house people tend to struggle with themes of being seen, or rather not being seen, the need to be recognized, and a rather large insatiability with the need to be seen and recognized. Now, it would be easy to point to somebody with Pluto in the 5th house from a distance and be just like, wow, what a raging narcissist. That person needs to learn that they're not the only person in the world. But if we understand the depth of Pluto, we know that a Pluto in the 5th house soul has been a leader, an organizer, a creator for many, many lifetimes. They have formed this narcissistic orientation out of evolutionary necessity. This is what they have been and have done. So it's not just somebody choosing to be angry or upset with the things that we're angry or upset about. Now that comes full circle back to our current lunar cycle, yay, where there's a lot of emotions, a lot of intensity, a lot of claustrophobic type of experience. And here I am with my Pluto 5th house on my YouTube channel, trying to share this material that I have to say is very profound, ahead of its time, and goes a hell of a lot deeper than the New Age you hear me constantly complaining about. Why is this Pluto in the 5th house maybe constantly complaining about the New Age movement? Because this is the group of people that I don't feel a part of. Pluto in the 5th house person wants to be seen and wants to share, and has constant creative frustrations where it's not the right project, not the right group, or people don't receive it, or people don't understand. So in the New Age movement, there's a lot of people. Thank you for that tip. Why, thank you. I'm not used to the live. This is new. I get tips here. Thank you for that tip. What was I saying here? Yes, the New Age movement, the group that Timothy, as a very big individual soul, is associated with. I don't fit here. So much of the New Age movement is pretend. It's let us pretend to be enlightened, let us pretend that we're happy, that our relationship's perfect, that we have everything figured out, that we're living in an oasis. Folks, we're human beings. We've all got Pluto. We've all got challenges. We've all got life experience that is shaping us and learning and growing in a particular direction. And I'll go even further than that. Our soul's future direction is not necessarily what we're saying we want. It's so fake. It's such bullshit. If you want to understand your life, the types of experiences you're having, and why, because they're connected to your unconscious soul's desires, check out this Pluto material. Check out Jeffrey Wolf Green. His books are Pluto 1 and Pluto 2. These are magnum opus books. These books are necessary in the bookshelf, the library of any magician, should they decide to call themselves a magician and take themselves seriously. We cannot bypass the unconscious, the shadow, the underworld, and possibly expect ourselves to create a reality that we desire, or any joke of having manifestation capabilities. So, as a grumpy, feeling unrecognized, constantly set to the sidelines, put into the same class as bullshitters, fakers, and pretenders, this ostracized asshole suggests you check out this Pluto material because that's how you're going to start manifesting the life that you want to, but that only comes after looking at your shadow. Folks, I want to do more of these lives. This is really fun. I could stay here on here all day chatting with you all day. So, tomorrow, I'm going to have my first Rasa Leela community meeting. Okay, tomorrow's Beltane, May 1st. Go to rasaleelacommunity.com. Folks, the community is free. All sorts of folks in the community. This is a free for anybody to attend. We're going to just hang out, talk about what's going in our lives, talk about how fucking crazy our lives actually are, how much the bullshit that we deal with actually smells. At least that's what I hope we get to talk a little bit about as a Pluto in Scorpio. So you know my Pluto position now, folks. Pluto in Scorpio, Pluto in the 5th house. You get to know all of my secrets if you check out this astro content. So if you go to rasaleelacommunity.com, that's a free community. My astro school is $24 a month. You get new material rolled out every month. This month was the Pluto material. That's over an hour of video material. That includes taking Pluto through the 12 signs and houses. You also get the entire back catalog of the Astro School as it's been formed up until now. It's an ongoing course. You also get enrollment in my monthly Q&A circle. So for $24 a month, you get the Astro School. You also get the Q&A circle, where there's an opportunity to bring in your birth chart and ask a specific question about your life, your current experience, what you're going through. I'm going to pull up your chart. I'm going to talk about it to the entire group, the entire Q&A circle. That's included with the $24 Astro School. Okay, that's a 5 to 10 minute little mini reading I do for everybody in my Q&A circle. This is it's an opportunity. It's also an opportunity to learn evolutionary astrology because we're test driving EA, doing these really fast, intense, powerful readings as a group. I'll do several dozen of them in a 1 to 2 hour Q&A circle. So that's included in the Astro School. You get the monthly Q&A circle and an exclusive Astro video that I don't put up on YouTube. All of that is included in the $24 a month package. So I think that it's great content with a lot of depth. I really I make myself available so that way those of you who want to have your chart read, want to get the Pluto material, or want to learn astrology, it's all out there and available. But the emotion, the humor, what's coming through me right now is Pluto in the 5th house. The last full moon was right on my natal Pluto in the 5th house. And I'll just be totally honest. My day-to-day life is I can't believe the work that I'm doing and selling and nobody wants it because people aren't interested in what's real. People want to bypass, people want the American dream, people want to avoid the shadow, or maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm just too ugly, or I'm not actually as awesome or as cool as I got my head too big of inflated. But I gotta say, folks, this is really powerful, life-changing material that you can't find anywhere else. And there's only really a couple dozen evolutionary astrologers on the planet. It is the most in-depth, transformative astrology that there is. The other branches of astrology that I see out there barely touches this level of depth. It's out there, it's available. I'm here, I'm available. Group stuff, social media stuff, perfect for a 5th house Pluto. So thanks for bearing with me. Thanks for sharing your shadow and your bullshit with me, because this is what I do. I air my dirty laundry to give you all permission to do the same. We're fucking human beings. We're not pretending that we're ascended spiritual masters and we all talk like this and we only think love and light. The only people doing that are so fucking annoying. So anyways, thanks for not being those folks. Thanks for joining my community. I love you all so much. We'll continue the conversation down the line, y'all. Tomorrow, May 1st, Beltane, rasaleelacommunity.com, free for all hangout. We're hanging out. We're talking about our lives. We're learning and sharing in a community show and tell. Hope to see you all there. Do take care.